Hello, my name is Jen Duranio, and you know me from all the yoga classes, but today's not a yoga day. Today is actually circuit training because I believe, and if you've been to my yoga class lately, you know too, that I believe in having a stronger body, and stronger bodies come through more forms of fitness than just yoga. So, stronger body, calmer mind, that's what it's all about. Today is going to be a circuit training sort of format. We're gonna have 3 sets of 3 different exercises, and for those 3, we're gonna repeat them 3 times. So 3 sets, repeat everything 3 times. For today's workout, you're gonna need a mat. If you don't have a mat, no big deal, just a floor is absolutely fine. Or go outside, take it outside to the grass, that's also very perfect. The only thing you do need is some sort of elevated surface, and for today's workout here, we're using a chair, but if you have a kitchen chair, you can use that. If you have a park bench, that's perfect. If you have any other sort of it could be even a stair. Stair step isn't ideal, but any sort of elevated surface, maybe down here, maybe up to the knee or so. So that is all you need today for this workout, plus some water, a little bit of heart, a little bit of soul, a lot of sweat. So here we go. We're gonna start out with a little bit of warm up, taking your legs kind of wide, and you're gonna tap one out. So you're gonna press down, tap the opposite. Just tap, 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 tap. Now we're gonna start to add some arm movement, lifting one arm up and over the head at the same time that you tap out the other. So find the beat of the music and go with it. Tap, tap, tap and lift. You're opening up your lats here. So really kind of stretch out, even if it means that you lose the beat of the music and you're taking a little bit more slowly. Now, as we keep going, we're gonna open up the chest now. Take your arms side to side, opening it up, nice and lifting up through the chest. Those are your chest muscles. Yeah, all right, let's take some big arm circles, reaching up and down, up and down. We're gonna do a couple more. Just begin to feel that range of motion, and then back and forward, back and forward, back and forward. All right, take your hands to heart center if you choose, or you can take them nice and wide. We're gonna sink down into those hips with a little bit of a air squat. So again, the feet are more or less spread apart into a sort of sumo squat. We're sinking down gently at first with the hips. And this is actually gonna be the basis for our first move, which is a wide-legged squat right here, adding a side lift with one leg as we lift up. So, as we warm up those glutes, we're gonna sink down a little bit farther. Keep your chest nice and high. I want you to lean forward. I want you to sink down, up, down, up, down, up. Yeah, just like that. And then as we go here, so the first 3 moves today are going to be that wide-legged squat with the leg lift on each side. We're gonna do 20 of those. And then we're gonna move to the floor into a a downward facing dog for you yoga people, into a knee tap. Yeah. And then we're gonna stay on the mat and come down to a side plank. So here we go. So here's your squat. Then as you come up and rise, you're gonna bring your weight into one leg, lift the other foot. Squat, lift. Alternating legs. Squat down, lift up, squat, lift. As you lift, you're gonna squeeze the glute. Squeeze, squeeze. Are we counting? So we've got 16 left. There's 14. 13, keep your chest nice and high. 12. 10. There's 8. 6. 4, 3, 2, we're coming down to the floor, all the way down, into a downward facing dog. So the hips are up nice and high, the palms are pressed into the mat, and your knees can be a little bit bent, depends on how tight your hamstrings are, and the important thing is to not lock out the knees. So you're lifting up here, and then take your right knee and tap your right elbow. So lift it up, and then exhale, tap that elbow. Inhale, lift it up, back to downward facing dog. Exhale to tap. Inhale, exhale, tap. Inhale to rise, exhale, tap. There's 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set that foot down. We're going to the other side now. Switch legs, lift it up, and then as you exhale, tap the same elbow. Inhale, exhale. Just like we do in yoga, it's an inhale to lift and exhale to squeeze. So imagine that squeezing of the abs, the squeezing of the glutes, the squeezing of everything, including you're squeezing a little bit into the chest and making it a little bit hard to breathe. You got 3 and 2 and 1. Lift it back up. Set that foot down. All right, we're coming to that side plank. So on your elbow, pick your favorite elbow. Doesn't matter which one we start with. Side plank, elbow down, feet extended. You can modify right here by dropping to the bottom knee, kick your foot behind you, or you can extend out long. You can stack your legs, or you can alternate. A little bit better for this pose or for this move. Just stack your feet. You're gonna take your left elbow up and over, or the free one. And then as you're ready, you're gonna tap down to the floor. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, tap. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, tap. Now, as you're moving through, you are focusing on your belly being nice and firm, pressing in towards the spine, and making sure that your hips are nice and stable. They're not wobbling around. Here's 4. Doesn't have to be fast. In fact, it's better if you slow it down and maintain all sorts of control. And last one, tap, lift it up. All right, doing the other side. So switch. Down the elbow, either on the bottom knee or extend both out. And we lift the top elbow, we touch. Inhale to lift up, exhale, touch. Inhale, exhale. Here's 6, 5, 4. Keep lifting up through the hips so that they don't sink down. 3, 2, and 1. Lift it up. All right, we're back to the top. So we've got those 3 exercises, and we're gonna repeat them 2 more times. So that's wide squat, sinking down, lifting up with the leg. Make sure that that chest stays nice and high, and the hips drop nice and low with control, with form. Woo. All right. How are you feeling? This starts to burn a little bit, huh? Especially if you're focusing on squeezing that leg that's lifting. We've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set it down. Let's squat and hold. Now, sink down. Lift the chest up. 10, 9, 8. Knees come up nice and wide. Don't let them fall inward. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back down to the floor for 2 more exercises. This is that down dog. Lifting one leg. Tap the same elbow. Tap. Lift it up high. Tap. Tap. With control, tap. Now you're not lifting that right hip, or whichever hip you're working right now, you're not lifting it up towards the sky. You're keeping the hips nice and level and flush with the ground. There's 3, 2, and 1. Tap and hold. This is kind of fun right here. This is where the rubber meets the road, and we figure out what kind of grip we got. Hold it. We got 3, 2, squeeze it up. 1, lift it back up high. All right, other leg. Lift it up. Exhale to tap. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tap. Lift it up all the way. Heel up, toe down. Continuing to move through with grace, with control, but at the same point, with power. So that you're not wobbling around. You've got this. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Tap and hold. Right here. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift it back up high. I know it's burning. Exhale, set it down. All right. Side plank. Are you ready? It's going to be on the elbow. You're stacking your legs, or you're dropping the bottom knee. Focusing always on the stability through the hips and lifting up nice and high so that those hips don't droop down, because then we're missing the work for the side obliques. All right, top hand taps down with control. Tap, tap. Let your eyes follow your hand as it rises and lowers. 4, 3, 2. On this one, we're gonna tap and hold, just hovering. 5, lift those hips up. 4, 3, 2, 1, lift it up. Let's switch sides. All right, breaking a sweat now, are we? We should be. All right, so we're on the bottom arm. We've switched sides. Top arm comes up. Our feet are spread for a little bit extra stability. And we're gonna, with control, tap and up. Exhale to tap. Don't forget to move with your breath. This is one thing that a yoga practice will really help guide your movements, because every time we yogis connect with our breath and understand that every time we rise is an inhale and we squeeze or soften is an exhale. We've got 3, 2, and 1. Tap and hold. You've got 5, 4, just hovering with that elbow. Keep those hips nice and high. 2, 1, lift it back up. Nice work. All right, one more round just like that. So it's a squat. Find that heart rate. Is it getting out of control? So squat, lift a leg. Squat, lift a leg. Squat, lift. Squat, lift. Control through the belly. I know it's a lot to think about, but the idea here is that you are focused on not only the left lifting of the leg, but also the muscular engagement of the belly. Because after all, the core of our body is where every move that we take originates. All right, let's take 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, sink down. We're gonna hold this one, so hips nice and low. Lift your chest up nice and high. Instead of leaning over, lift it up, lift it up. Now for a little bit of arm work, let's take those arms out to the sides, just like a yogi, right? For goddess pose. So right here, we're going to just sort of sink down into those hips and do a little bit of a push. So just like a centimeter. Woo. All right, let's take 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and 1. Lift it back up. All right, on the mat. Woo. All right, downward facing dog. Now, if you haven't been to one of my classes, maybe you haven't tested out the length of your downward facing dog, but you want to start in a plank always, and then without moving your hands or feet, just tilt your hips up high. That's your downward facing dog. Some people will go a little bit too close or a little bit too far apart, but your perfect stance is right where you can be at the top of a plank and just shift between the two. All right, let's start. So lift a leg, tap to the same elbow. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tap. Whew. These are kind of fun because you get basically so many different body parts working. It's your chest. It's those biceps. It's the glute. Lifting and squeezing as you rise. 3, 2, and also lots of mobility for the hip. 1, inhale, lift it up. Exhale, set it down. Other leg. Inhale, lift. Keep those hips nice and square. The heel is lifted up. The toes are pointed down. And then exhale, squeeze. Squeeze. Squeeze in, tap. Yes, you can. I know it's one of those things that reaching that knee to the elbow actually takes a lot of work. Sometimes we instructors can make things look really easy, but the truth is that we, just like everyone else, have our own fitness jersey. Let's take one journey, one last one. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, set it down. And we've had a lot of years of practice, so it doesn't happen overnight, everybody. All right, side plank. On the elbow, this is how we protect the palms and the wrists. Elbow up, Drop it down, tap, 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 tap. Lifting up through that bottom hip, tap. That's 4, 3, gaze following the elbow, 2, and 1. Lift it back up. Let's hold this side plank because it's always kind of fun. And then just for fun, take your arm over your head, reach towards the front of your mat, lift your hips up a little taller, and hold. Now roll your chest slightly backward. Yeah, nice little stretch for the front side. All right, take 2 more breaths. And then exhale back down to the floor, switching sides. All right, side plank. From the bottom elbow, tap elbow up. All right, so tap, 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 tap. Belly button super, super engaged. Reaching up towards the heart and press back through the spine. There's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back up. All right, here's your side plank hold. Just for fun, take your arm over your ear, reach it towards the back of the room, look up over your bicep. Now lift your hips. Hold for 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down. All right, we are ready for our next set of 3. Ooh, now would be a really great time to grab some water, take a little rest, and really begin to appreciate the work that you've already done. We're 1/3 way through the workout. We've got 2 more sets, so hang with us. We are going to be on our mats, get lots of upper body, lots of lower body. Yeah, all right. Also, now's the time to grab that chair. So if you have a chair or some sort of surface around you, go ahead and grab that, bring it in closer so that you have it ready. Here's my chair. And we're gonna have a little fun with that chair in just a second. So that's the 3rd exercise, actually. Here we go. We're gonna start on the ground. Our favorite exercise, right? Especially as women, the push-up. But you know what, ladies? The push-up is super, super, super important because we women don't have the natural testosterone that men do. And so we have to work on our upper body strength. You know how we go to pick up a box and we try to put it up someplace and we're like, where's the guy? Where's the guy, right? No, why are we asking them to do it? Let's do it ourselves and build that strength. So here we are. It's a push-up from one knee. And then we're gonna go into some twisted mountain climbers. So you know those favorite mountain climbers where you tap, like one in succession to the other. Well, this time we're gonna twist it out and really get into those abdominals. And then the last one is that Bulgarian split squat. So you're gonna use the chair behind you, tap your foot behind you, and drop down. We'll get there in a second. So, first exercise, here's that push-up on the floor. You're coming down onto your knees, and then you're gonna lift one foot behind you, just like that. Now, modification is to bring your toe down. If this is a lot of work for you, bring your toe down and just tap it. Don't press down because I really want to keep your weight on your left knee so that you can stabilize using your core muscles. So as you come down, your elbows are going to come sort of out as a W instead of off to the side, right? So it's a W and then lift it up, W, up. So no elbows off to the side. We're not lizards. We are forming the W. All right, so on one knee, come forward with the chest directly over the palms, with the other leg extended out behind you. Kick your heel up and point your toe down. That's how you're gonna engage that posterior chain of the right leg. That's all of the muscles on your right side. And then as you exhale, you lower down. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. We've only got one left here. And lift it up. Switch sides. Drop your one knee, lift up the other one. Make sure your hips are nice and stable. Heel up, toe down, and squeeze that left glute. Drop down, there's 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Now, the next one is that mountain climber that we all love in our HIIT classes, but with a special twist. And I really do mean twist. That wasn't just a joke. All right, so you're gonna take your feet up behind you, you're in a plank position, and you're gonna take one knee to the opposite elbow. In alternating sides. So cross, 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 cross. We've got 16, 14, 12, 10, 8, keep those hips nice and high, don't let them sag. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice work. All right, as you're doing those mountain climbers, you really want to focus on making sure that your chest isn't falling down and you're pressing up so that you're spreading out the muscles of your back and your chest muscles sort of squeeze in. All right, standing up now. Bulgarian split squat. So you are standing in front of it, maybe about 2 feet or so. Depends on your height. The taller you are, obviously, the more height, the more distance you want. Take one leg, balance it out, really engage through the standing leg with the glute. Take the opposite foot behind you. You can tuck your toe. And I'm gonna step out a little bit farther. All right, and whatever you'd like to do with your hands is fine. Heart center. We're gonna simply squat down, keeping your chest nice and high, and balancing on that right leg. Make sure that knee doesn't go side to side. It doesn't wobble in, it doesn't go outward, and you're just dropping down and lifting up. So we've got, let's see here, how many left? 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down, inhale, lift it up. Switch legs. So bring your weight into that standing leg, opposite one. Really focus on that glute. Make sure it's nice and stabilized, because if we're not focusing on engaging that glute, it can be really easy to wobble around and you'll never find your balance. So squeeze that glute. Imagine there's that penny behind you to pinch between them. All right, and then we're sinking down. Find your comfortable squat here. Make sure that knee tracks right over the ankle and you're lowering down. The first 1 or 2 maybe it's gonna be a little bit shallow. And then as you build your confidence, you're gonna be able to drop it down slightly more. You've got 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sink it down, lift it up. All right, we are back on the floor for those push-ups from one knee. Again, making sure that you make that elbow formation as a W, not lizard. All right, so drop it down, lift a leg behind you, heel up, toe down, hips nice and even. They are right between the knee and the shoulders. And as you drop down, you're gonna exhale. There's 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Make sure your gaze is not going down. Guess what? You are not going that way, you're not going down. So look forward, that's the only way we're going. All right, other knee, lift it up, toe down, heel high, posterior chain engaged for that glute all the way down. Exhale, lower, inhale up. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All the way up. All right, feeling good. Here is those mountain climbers. Remember, twisting from one knee, tapping the opposite elbow, alternating sides. We've got 20. So come into that plank position. If you want to check your plank, make sure that your shoulders are directly over your palms. Your hips are nice and stable. All right, let's do 20 of these, alternating sides. Pick a side, tap the opposite elbow with control. Take it down a notch, like slow it down if you need to, in order to really tap. This is not an exercise about getting the heart rate up and trying to move super fast. This is about control and engaging the muscles of the abs that are required to make this move work. So we've got 10 from here. 9, 8, 7, 6, pressing up through the chest. Lift up through the middle of the back. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew, drop down. All right, Bulgarian split squat. Find your chair or find that surface behind you. Pick a side you want to start with, maybe the opposite side. So if you started with left, start with the right this time. Foot behind you. Make sure that you've got a good distance, a comfortable one, and then find your stability before you start to sink down. Knee tracking, I gotta adjust. Knee tracking directly over that foot. So sink it down. Whew. We've got 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, and 7, 6. If you want a little shoulder work, lift your hands over the head. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, switch sides. Whew. Other foot, stabilize through that standing leg. You're gonna lift your hands if you want that shoulder work. The longer we leave our hands up there, the more our shoulder girdle's having to work. So you can either add work or take it away. So drop down. Whew. We've got 15 of these total, so we're on 12, 11, and 10, 9. Tracking with that knee if you need to. Even look down to make sure the knee isn't going inward, it's not dropping outward, directly over the middle toes for 3, 2, and 1. All right, last set of those 3 exercises. You guys are doing so awesome. You have to give yourself a little pat on the back, and that job really, really well done. It takes a lot of grit to come to your bedroom or your kitchen, your backyard, your living room, wherever you are, to get this sweat session in. So good job, fist pump. All right, last set. From the legs, from the knees, pick one leg up and drop down to the elbow shape. W shape. 4, 3, 2. This is our last set. So let's have some fun here. Challenge our bodies. Drop down and hold that low plank. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift it up. All right. Drop to the other knee. Other leg extends. We're dropping down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And hold. 5, 4. Chest burning. 3, 2, 1. And lift it back up. Oh, I almost didn't make it there. All right. Twisted climbers. Mountain climbers with a twist. All right, we've got 20 alternating sides, so 10 each side. So there's 20. Ooh. Tap, tap. 16, 14, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4. Where are you burning to? And 1. On back. Woo. All right, split squats. Jump on up, grab that surface behind you, pick a leg, and last one. All right, stabilize that foot, that standing leg, drop it back behind. All right, as you're ready, you have 15 of these total, so we're gonna sink down with control. Whew. Allow that heart rate to lower. When we are doing those mountain climbers, it requires for our heart rate to get up pretty darn high. This is an opportunity for us to really get that heart rate lower at the same time as we're strengthening the muscles. So 3, 2, and 1. Hold it down there. 5, 4. You got this. 3, 2, 1. Lift it back up. Nice work. Other side. All right. Foot behind you. How's our heart rate doing? Can you take a longer, deeper breath? Can you allow that breath to settle in? Reconnect with the heart rate. All right, as you're ready, we've got 15 for this side. So here's 15, 14. Your muscles are going to begin to fatigue if they're not already, and your form might suffer a little bit. I'd rather have you keep good form and not go as deep than to sink down into a really deep squat but not have good form. That is how we get injured. And 2, 1, hold. Ooh, this is that good challenge for that hamstring and the glutes. 3, 2, 1, lift it up. All right, this is the last set of 3, our last circuit. Get that chair out of the way, and let's move through. I'm gonna fix my thing here. It fell down. All right, grab some water. Ooh, this mountain climber's got me. here we go. Last set of 3. Final circuit. It's 3 exercises. We're gonna go for some Supermans with a push-up because we haven't done enough push-ups yet. So it's a Superman with a push-up at the bottom. We're gonna lift back up. And then we're going for some crunches on our backs. And finally, some marching bridges. So that looks like a bridge with one knee coming up at a time. All right, so let's start with those Supermans. It's a push-up and a Superman. So you're at the top of a push-up, and your gaze is nice and forward in front of you, about 2 feet or so. You're gonna lower down with control into that W shape with the elbows, all the way down to the floor. Inhale, lift up, squeeze your glutes, lift the chest off the mat, and lift your hands and feet. Exhale, press down. Inhale, rise up. Here's your first push-up. Lower down, Superman, up to a push-up. We've got 8 of these left. Now, option to come down to your knees for those push-ups. If your form, again, is faltering, make sure that you can drop down to your knees so that your form maintains its function. There we go. We've got 2, and 1, and down. Now at the top of this one, lift it up and hold this Superman. You can point your toes. Let's get in the front sides of the calves. So 5, lift your chest, lift your legs. 4, 3, 2, and those back muscles are gonna be so strong. All right, did you know that oftentimes back pain is, well, there can be a lot of things going into it, but back pain can actually be a symptom or result of lack of abdominal strength. So we have to work both sides, back and abs, so that we can balance those 2 working muscle groups out. All right, our next one, we're gonna come down to our backs, and we're coming into a butterfly leg with our arms outstretched in front of us. So butterfly legs, heels together, knees out to the wide, out to the stretch to the side of the mat, arms out and over your head. And then you're gonna lift your feet at the same time as you bring your hands in the middle of your legs. So then exhale to drop down. Yeah, here's your, oh sorry, this is your exhale. Inhale to lengthen out and drop your feet. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, extend. Exhale, squeeze in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, squeeze. This is all about those glutes squeezing, the abs coming in, and the back, that small of the back, is pressed into the mat at the same time as you lift your chest. So 5, 4, press those heels together. 3, 2, and 1. Hold it if you want, because it's fun. All right, and then extend down out. All right, our next one is that marching bridge. So we're gonna stay on our backs and lift our hips up into the famous bridge pose that we all know and love so much from yoga class. So your heels are gonna take another step in towards your glutes. You're gonna lift those glutes up nice and high, squeezing those glutes, hips up nice and high. All right, fingertips down next to your feet, almost touching, you don't have to. And from here, that marching part comes from bringing your weight into one heel and lifting your opposite knee up over you. So just set it down, lift the other one, down and up, alternating legs, squeezing those glutes, making sure that they stay nice and high, that they don't sag down, your abs are engaged, they're pulled into your spine, and you're really pushing out through the heel to activate your glutes and those hamstrings. Ooh, so that's 16, 14, 12. Again, the objective is not to move through these quickly, because quickly, oftentimes we lose the form and we lose the function of the strength training that we're trying to accomplish here. 6, 4, 2, and that's it. Drop down. All right, let's start that same circuit again. So it's that Superman push-up. So come to your belly, extend up nice and long. Your palms are underneath the shoulders. Start in push-up position. So at the top, you can start with your knees down if you choose, and just take this from a knee down pose. So it's a lower down and lift up. All the way up, push up, Superman. push up, your choice, from the knees or from the toes. If you are starting to get tired and you need to take a break, take your break, but don't give up. You are coming back. My friend, you are coming back. So 3, 2, lift those arms up. 1, lower down, hold your Superman, extend your toes out. Woo. Bring your arms in front of you. Lift the palms a little bit higher. This is good for the tops of your shoulders. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Woo. Take a quick rest. Wipe that sweat away. Coming onto our backs for those butterfly legs. Ab work. All right, arms outstretched. And then we exhale to squeeze in, lift those feet. Inhale, rise, extend, I mean. All right, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, extend, exhale, exhale. Slow you go. This is not a race. The race is won by you, by getting stronger with every single chance you have. And then also taking the necessary rest and flowing hold for 5, 4, 3. How are those abs doing? And 1, drop them down. All right, marching bridge. So lift those knees, plant your feet into the mat behind your glutes, knees up, rising high, palms down. Press those feet into the mat as you lift up through your hips. And here's our marching bridge. So lift one knee, set it down, other knee, set it down, squeeze those glutes, lift up through the hips, really making it purposeful. You're not just going through the motions, you are making every single motion count for your strength, your grit, your ability to see the end of the tunnel at the same time as you can appreciate the journey to get there. There is no destination that is more valuable than the journey and the grit and the hard work that it took to get there. Whew. All right, let's take 6 and 4 and 2 and 1. Squeeze and hold. Lift those hips. Now lift your heels a little bit off the mat. Walk your toes closer. Lift those heels. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Yeah, calves. How are those calves doing? And drop it down. Whew. All right. We are done. Take a little break. Stretch out your arms over your head, legs out behind you. Just allow your heart rate to come down. This is a really amazing time to give yourself a little gratitude. So thank you. Thank me if I'm in your body. I'm saying so much thanks, so much gratitude. Bring one of your knees into your chest. Give it a squeeze. And then send that knee out towards your shoulder. This is called wind relieving pose. We'll get a little stretch for that hamstring. All right, then bring the knee back over your chest. Take it into the opposite hand. Extend out one left free hand long. You're gonna take your knee over your hips for a little bit of a spinal twist. Opening up the top hip, finding that gentle torsion for the spine that is oh so healthy for it. And gaze over that outstretched hand. Maybe even close your eyes. Breath. And as you inhale, bring the knee back up into the chest center. Give it a little hug, squeeze it in. Bring the other knee in. Send the first one back home. Squeeze that knee in towards the chest and then out towards the shoulder. Hamstring break. And then as you bring it back to center, opposite fingertips go over the top. Extend your other hand and drop that knee over for that little beautiful little spinal twist. It is so natural for us to get a little gentle chiropractic here. We get a little brrr up our spines. kind of satisfying. And then gaze over the outstretched hand for the full torsion of the spine, all the way through the cervical spine. We'll finish by bringing that knee back into the chest center. Give again that one final squeeze. Bring both knees into the chest. Give yourself a hug. It is said that we humans require 7 hugs a day just to survive. Make this the best hug that you get all day. The only hugs that are meaningful hugs are the ones that are heartfelt. So bring a little heart into this hug. Squeeze it in. All right, come up into an easy seated position. We'll just open up the chest a little bit in the back. So take your hands behind you, and then press your chest forward. Lean back ever so gently with the gaze. Rise back on up. Take one arm over the shoulder. Capture it with the other elbow. Bring it in nice and close, and look over that shoulder. For your tricep, part of your deltoid, and the trapezius back behind your shoulders. Exhale to release. We'll take the other side. So arm reaches over. We grab that arm with the elbow, pull it in, and go over the opposite shoulder. Open up here. Wonderful work. I'm so grateful for this time with you, and I'll see you next time. Namaste. Even though it's not a yoga practice, it doesn't mean we can't bring a little yoga into life, right? Have a fantastic day.